My child, please stop for just a moment and listen with your heart. Inhale slowly, deeper than you have in days. Hold. Exhale gently like you are releasing a long old storm from your chest. Again, breathe like you are answering a sacred knock at the door of your own spirit. Stay with me until the very end, because this is not content, it is contact. The universe has actually paused your timeline to bring you here at this exact second, and the angels are standing witness that you were meant to hear every word I am about to say. You did not stumble upon this. You did not find this. You were guided. Your spirit scheduled this appointment before your mind knew how to ask for it. There is a specific reason why this found you now and not yesterday, not next week, not after another heartbreak or another restless night. Something huge is waiting for you, and to scroll away now would be like hanging up mid-call while heaven is finally answering. Do not disconnect. Stay present to keep the pull strong. Breathe again. Feel your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let your pulse slow, because peace is not a luxury in this moment. It is the access code. This transmission is tuned to your frequency, and as you soften, you will notice the message settling into your body like warm light. You are safe. I am speaking directly to the part of you that has been searching, straining, refreshing, waiting. I am not here to overwhelm you. I am here to steady you. Hear me. This is a divine appointment, not a random clip, not another voice in the noise. An appointment set to calm your spirit, realign your discernment, and position you to recognize the door I have ordained for you without choosing a counterfeit out of fatigue. This will make sense by the end. Your attention here is your agreement, your yes, your signal to heaven that you are ready to receive the download without interference. To scroll away at this point is to sever the connection, just as the final download is completing in your spirit. You feel it, don't you? That subtle quiet rising beneath the anxiety. That is the confirmation that you are receiving correctly. The angels are urgently warning that distractions will try to pull your focus, but I am anchoring you now. Keep breathing. Let every word land like rain on dry ground. Something huge is waiting for you, and the timeline paused so you wouldn't miss the opening note of this orchestration. Stay with me until the very end. Your spirit scheduled this exact second, and it is right on time. My child, listen closely. Why you? Why now? Because your inner world has reached a sensitive point that the heavens have been waiting for, a crossroads where your fatigue, your long waiting, and your new readiness finally align. You are tired of the loop. You're tired of rehearsing the same conversation, with the same disappointment wearing a different face. You whispered it recently, "I'm tired of repeating cycles." And the echo of that confession touched the divine timer I set over your life. I am tender with your ache, but I am firm with your future, and I refuse to let exhaustion escort you through the wrong door. Do you see it? Lines that look separate are meeting. The prayers you mumbled at 2 a.m., the tears you wiped in secret, the delays that embarrassed you, the lessons you collected like fragments of glass in your hands. All of them have been moving on tracks you could not see, converging to form one luminous intersection. The angels have been mapping coordinates, adjusting the windows, waiting for a frequency lock between your clarity and my timing. That lock is happening now. Stay with me until the very end, because there is a final seal of clarity that will click into place, and to walk away now would be like stepping off the platform just as your train is arriving. Understand what a divine appointment truly is. It is not random favor or sudden luck. It is a set time in which I align your awareness with an open door you would otherwise overlook. It is when your eyes and the door's light agree. It is when your breath can hold the message without shaking it apart. It is when wisdom, born from wounds I have already cleaned, meets opportunity without dragging shadow into the room. I have not been late, I have been precise. The appointment was not simply to give you something, but to calibrate you so you can keep what I give. You have been tempted to confuse movement with progress, to take noise as a sign of life, to accept attention as proof of alignment. No more. Your spirit has matured to recognize the difference between a door and a trap painted like a door. The reason you are here at this precise second is because you finally carry the kind of stillness that can taste without devouring, can touch without clinging, can listen without projecting your fear. That readiness changes everything. The timing changed because you changed. Hear me, I honor your honesty. I heard the moment you admitted, I want peace more than spectacle. That sentence rekeyed the lock. Now, as this appointment unfolds, I am guiding you away from the counterfeit glow and toward your ordained opening. Stay with me until the very end. The final seal of clarity is approaching you even now. Scrolling away now would be like closing your eyes as the light turns green. Hold your place. Breathe. You are exactly where precision meets promise. My child, bring the cosmos down into your chest. The appointment you have been waiting for is not out there in the horizon. It has a location and it is shockingly close. Your breath, your body, this present second. The coordinates of heaven's timing have narrowed to the space behind your ribs. This is the room where I meet you. Do not multitask. This is precise timing. You are being recalibrated. Stay with me until the very end, because the seal you need clicks into place when you are fully here, not half scattered across 10 open tabs of worry. Let me guide you into the doorway. Inhale softly through your nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top for 4. Feel the stillness, the sacred pause, the metronome of heaven. Exhale for 6. Slow, unforced, like pouring water without spilling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. 4 to receive. 4 to stabilize. 6 to release. This rhythm is not random. It is how your field quiets enough to catch the transmission. Your nervous system is the antenna. Peace tunes the dial. With each exhale, the static of fear loosens, and the download can finally render the image instead of buffering in anxiety. You have tried to earn clarity by chasing it. You have scrolled at 2 a.m., thinking another piece of information would lift the fog. You have argued with your own mind, interrogating possibilities, building scenarios that stole your sleep. That was old coping, overthinking, doom-scrolling, sprinting after answers. Hear me now. Breathe and let clarity come to you. You were never meant to stalk revelation. You were meant to host it. When you breathe like this, you open the door from the inside. When you open from the inside, the right door on the outside becomes unmistakable. Notice your body as you listen. Are your shoulders lowering? Is your stomach unclenching? Your jaw releasing? Your forehead softening? That settling is not ordinary relaxation. It is a sign in the system. Peace is the signal that you are receiving correctly. The angels are aligning around your frequency as it calms. Think of them as technicians adjusting the dials, making sure what I am giving arrives without distortion. If a sentence lands and your chest warms, that is confirmation. If a phrase lights a small lamp in the back of your mind rather than igniting panic, that is confirmation. If the noise lowers even 2 degrees, that is confirmation. Do not argue with the peace I am giving. Agree with it by breathing again. Stay here. Do not multitask. Your presence is part of the protocol. Feel the air cross the threshold of your lips. Hear the small sound of life entering and leaving. This present second is the appointment room, and your breath is the key that opens it. Something huge is waiting for you, and it meets you at the pace of peace, not the pace of panic. I am not rushing you. I am resetting you. Keep breathing. Allow the stillness to mark you, because when peace marks you, counterfeits lose their shine and the ordained door begins to glow with a quiet you can trust. My child, hear me with the calm that is starting to settle in you. This appointment is not punishment. I am not scolding you. I am not withholding to tease you. I have not been ignoring you while others receive. What felt like delay was a shield around you, while counterfeit doors tried to dress themselves in urgency and glitter. I tucked you beneath my wing when your fatigue made you vulnerable, because to step through the wrong opening out of exhaustion would have cost you far more time than the waiting ever did. Stay with me until the very end. To drift now would be like walking away from a safe harbor just as the storm passes. You have called my silence rejection, but listen, silence is not absence. It is construction noise behind the wall, muffled so it doesn't startle you. Blueprints were being drawn, wiring was being replaced. Foundations you never saw were being poured so the weight of what is coming would not crack the floor of your life. If you had heard constant clanging, you would have misnamed it chaos. If you had been let backstage too soon, you would have tried to control the scene. So I kept the door closed, not to push you away, but to make space for angels to work without interruption. The universe paused your timeline so the crew could finish the room you will inhabit without drafts, without leaks, without hidden rot. When I said no, or when I whispered not yet, it was not a verdict, it was intelligent love. A red light is not the road ending. It is the protection that keeps two destinies from colliding at the intersection. A seed in soil is not being buried to die. It is being planted to break open in safety. I refuse to let you repeat a wound in a new outfit. I would not let your old ache hire a new actor to perform the same heartbreak on a different stage. My child, I love you too precisely to let nostalgia for chaos masquerade as passion and walk you down an aisle of regret. Do not shame yourself for missed windows. You were not cursed. You were collecting discernment. Some windows were training windows, glimpses to teach your eyes what alignment feels like and what frenzy feels like, what true warmth is and what emotional sugar rush is. You were learning the subtle weight of peace in your body so that imitations would feel too light, too sticky, too loud. Even when a window seemed to close, I rerouted the path because I am not a fragile planner who quits when a detour appears. I am the master cartographer. Every missed turn became a lesson, not a life sentence. Name the trap and let it go. Interpreting quiet as I am not chosen, that lie has tried to braid itself into your nervous system. But watch what is breaking even now. The frequency of fear is dropping. The quiet you feel is not apathy, it is calibration. I have been removing the magnets that pulled you toward familiar pain so you can recognize the ordained door without the counterfeit's perfume confusing your senses. Not every knock is for you. Not every voice has the safety your life requires. The angels have stood at your thresholds, waving away what was shiny but shallow, and placing a velvet rope in front of what would have devoured your peace. So let this settle like oil over water. This moment is not correction. It is protection and preparation disguised as waiting. I have been sculpting your discernment so you can keep what I give, not just touch it. I have been teaching your breath to be your compass, your body to be your yes or no, your peace to be your password. Stay with me until the very end, because the meaning of this timing is about to reveal itself. If it isn't punishment, then it is preparation. If it isn't delay, then it is design. And in the next movement of this transmission, you will see why a door is opening now, because at last you see differently. My child, here is the why now. You see differently. The lens has changed. Less desperation, more discernment. Less chasing, more choosing. Less prove yourself to me, more does this carry peace. You are no longer trying to outrun loneliness. You are letting wisdom set the pace. You used to scan rooms for sparks that could distract your ache. Now you scan for safety, for softness that does not apologize, for integrity that is the same on Monday as it is on Friday. Stay with me until the very end, because as your perception shifts, the lock responds. The door you could not open before is turning beneath your fingertips. This is what transformation looks like in your body. Chaos no longer tastes like chemistry. You can spot manipulation faster because the thrill now reads as threat in your nervous system. You find yourself valuing consistent presence over spectacular promises, steady warmth over intermittent fireworks. That isn't you getting boring. That is you getting wise. Trauma-based choices grasp for relief. Wisdom-based choices protect peace. Trauma tries to hire intensity to play the role of love. Wisdom waits for love to speak in gentleness, in congruence, in follow-through. You are choosing with a quieter hand now, and heaven calls that maturity. The angels have been calibrating your appetite, rewiring the reflex that once mistook anxiety for aliveness. You are tired of the loop, yes, but more than tired, you are rekeyed. Your boundaries are no longer barricades built in panic. They are gates tended in peace. You can say no without shaking, and you can say yes without bargaining with yourself. Your breath is finally loud enough in your own ears to overrule the old sirens. That is why the timing changed. Your clarity is the credential that qualifies you to keep what arrives. Hear me clearly. There are seasons in the spirit where doors are receptive, where the hinges respond to a particular frequency. I set a divine timer over your path, not to tease you, but to make sure the opening meets you when you can carry it without it carrying you away. This is a receptive season. The light hitting your life now is the light those doors were built to answer. When you look with healed eyes, the door recognizes you. The lock that ignored you in panic turns for you in peace. Something huge is waiting for you because you're finally aligned to recognize it. Not because I finally decided to love you, but because you finally decided to love yourself enough to choose differently. You are not begging the future to rescue you. You are inviting the future to agree with the order you've established inside. That agreement is magnetic. It pulls the right conversations within range. It filters out the noise. It arranges small mercies that stack into confirmation. Stay present. Do not rush to name it. Let it introduce itself at the speed of trust. You will know this opening because your body will not clench. Your thoughts will not spiral, and your peace will not have to negotiate for space. This is the hidden purpose of now. You have been recalibrated to select what matches your wholeness. The door is opening because you finally see differently, and as you hold this posture, you will not miss it. My child, because you see differently, opposition will try to dress itself in what you used to call love. When the light is about to turn green, the shadows crowd the intersection. This is the point in your timeline where distractions intensify, where counterfeit doors rattle loudest, where voices that do not carry your safety will try to sound like home. Stay with me until the very end, because to click away from discernment now would be like signing a contract without reading it, then calling it destiny. Hear me plainly. Not every door is yours. Not every voice is safe. The greatest danger is not delay. It is choosing a counterfeit because you're tired of waiting. Fatigue makes counterfeits look merciful. Loneliness makes pressure feel like passion. The angels are urgently warning that fast intensity, inconsistent effort, and confusion, disguised as chemistry, are the old bait dressed in new clothes. Watch for the sprint, the sudden flood of proclamations without the patient scaffolding of pattern. Notice love bombing followed by silence, apologies that multiply but never mature into change, apologies used as keys to your house but never as tools to rebuild the roof they ripped. If their words arrive in paragraphs and their actions arrive in crumbs, that is not your ordained door. Counterfeits often require you to abandon the rhythms that are healing you. Sleep disrupted, breath shortened, boundaries negotiated against your own wisdom. They thrive on urgency, on making you prove your availability, on fog that forces you to guess. They sell spark and deliver smoke. If the interest accelerates but your clarity decelerates, step back. The frequency of frenzy is not the frequency of favor. Now contrast what I send. Calm that deepens, clarity that widens, consistency that does not need a spotlight. True alignment carries mutual effort without auditions. No test you must pass to earn basic care. Conversation leaves you clearer, not smaller. After you speak, your breath stays long, your stomach stays quiet, your peace grows roots. Their attention arrives at a human pace but keeps arriving. Their promises are short because their patterns are long. Trust builds like sunrise, certain, gentle, cumulative. Stay here with me. Do not let impatience crown the counterfeit as the one. Oh, if you demand a name before you hold the peace, your fear will cut letters from random signs to build a mask, and you will call that mask destiny. I will give you coded identifiers and near-term confirmations. Yes, timing windows where a number repeats, where an initial returns in unexpected places, where a lyric brushes your memory within 24 to 72 hours. But you must not force the conclusion. Forcing is the counterfeit's favorite collaborator. Your assignment is simple and holy. Breathe, let peace be your password, and require congruence. If anxiety spikes, that is a closed door. If confusion swells, that is not your voice. If you feel yourself needing to shrink to fit, you are not in the architecture I designed. Scrolling away now would be like walking past a treasure chest because a noisy toy shouted first. Stay with me until the very end. I am protecting you from expensive detours, from glitter that sheds in your hands, from contracts your soul did not read. The right door is not hiding. It is waiting for you to refuse the imitation. My child, because I am not cruel, I do not ask you to walk by faith and leave you blind. I confirm. I repeat myself in gentle echoes until your nervous system believes me. The angels are already arranging a trail for the attentive. Small, deliberate markers placed where your eye will naturally fall when you are calm enough to notice. Stay with me until the very end, because this is delicate and precise. To scroll away now would be like closing the map just as the path lights are turning on. Here is how my confirmations move. Repetition, not spectacle. A number that reappears across days, a name that surfaces in unrelated places, a color that punctuates your route, a location theme that won't let go of your attention. Bridges, trains, coastal edges, a specific street or park, an overheard phrase that mirrors a sentence I planted in your heart today, a dream that revisits a symbol without spiking fear. I am not playing hide and seek. I am teaching you to notice. The universe is not throwing dice. I am threading pattern through your days. Use this filter so you do not slip into superstition. First, repetition. Do not crown a single coincidence as destiny. Wait for a triad, the same marker returning at least 3 times in a short span. Second, peace. When the sign appears, does your body soften or seize? Peace is the signal you are receiving correctly. Third, relevance. Does the sign connect meaningfully to your story, your prayer, the door in question, or is it random noise your fear is trying to sculpt into meaning? Fourth, timing. Do these markers cluster around your conversations with me, your moments of surrendered breath, your choices that honor your healing? Repetition plus peace plus relevance plus timing. That is a confirmation, not a compulsion. I will be gentle but clear. Within 72 hours, you will notice a repeated marker, an initial that keeps surfacing in errands and headlines, a number that walks beside you from receipts to clocks, a color that frames unexpected scenes. Within 48 hours, a conversation or notification will echo a phrase from this very moment. Listen for a line that lands like a soft bell in your chest. Within 24 hours, a calming confirmation will meet you, a lyric you needed at the exact second you needed it, a small mercy that arrives with no strain, the sense that your inner weather has shifted 2 degrees toward sunlight. Do not force the conclusion. Let the trail announce the direction. Do not pre-write the destination out of impatience. Write it down. Treat this like stewardship. Create a destiny log. Date, time, place, what appeared, what you felt in your body, what you were thinking just before and just after. This is not busy work. It is how you anchor the frequency so it cannot be stolen by doubt tomorrow. Patterns become undeniable on paper. When fear tries to debate, you will have record, not just memory. The angels stand beside you as you log. They are ensuring the trail remains coherent. Stay attentive, not frantic. If you must strain, it is not me. If you must shrink, it is not yours. Follow the calm breadcrumbs. I am not teasing you. I am training you to recognize me so the ordained door cannot be counterfeited by noise. Keep breathing, keep noting. The trail is already live. My child, here is the message at the center of this appointment. You are not behind. You are being positioned. Every part of your path that felt paused was actually being placed, aligned, coordinated with meticulous care so that what arrives can remain, so that the blessing doesn't just flash through your life, but roots and matures without being blown away by the first wind. Breathe with me. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Each breath is agreement with the plan. Anxiety is the old static. Peace is the alignment tone that tells you the coordinates are locking. Positioning is not punishment, it is logistics. The angels are synchronizing calendars, adjusting routes, redirecting you away from collisions you cannot see. Think of green lights timed across a city. You catch them not by speeding in panic, but by moving in the right rhythm. That is what is happening to you now. Your steps are being matched to another set of steps. Your healed yes is meeting their healed yes. Your clarity is finding compatibility in the open, not in the shadows. This is not delay. This is choreography. I am positioning you across your whole life, not only in romance, in your emotions. The edge that used to flare at the first hint of uncertainty is softening because grief has been witnessed, anger has been honored, and calm has somewhere to sit. In your boundaries, you are practicing no without apology and yes without self-betrayal, so love will not have to wrestle your old panic to be allowed in. In your finances, you are choosing stewardship over spectacle, setting aside, simplifying, creating margin, so that generosity and stability can coexist, so that you do not trade your peace for a bill you did not need. In your self-respect, you are letting your standard be visible without demanding that anyone validate it. The right ones will recognize it because their own standard is the same shape. Do you see how this makes the blessing stick? When your heart can host joy without draining itself to earn it, when your boundaries protect tenderness instead of locking it out, when your budget agrees with your values, when your calendar reflects your healing rather than your fear of missing out, then what I send does not have to fight for oxygen. It can breathe with you. Breathe again now. Feel how the exhale releases the need to rush. That release is a magnetic signal. It tells the universe, I am ready for what stays. Stay with me until the very end. I am going to give you the exact posture that keeps this appointment from being wasted. Scrolling away now would be like walking off the platform as your train pulls in. like closing the oven just as the bread is rising and then turning off the heat. You are right on time because you are being readied in real time. Even the detours serve the map. Even the pauses preserve the promise. When the paths meet, it will feel like continuity, not shock, like a door that was always meant to open under this level of peace. Hold your breath for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale for 6. You are not late, you are aligned, and alignment is how destiny lands and lasts. My child, hear me gently and clearly. This appointment does not end with a spark, it opens into a restoration bundle. I am not sending you a moment that dazzles and disappears. I am delivering a union and a season that heal your heart and stabilize your life. Stay with me until the very end, because to scroll away now would be like tearing up a winning lottery ticket at the counter and walking back into scarcity by habit. Something huge is waiting for you, and its hugeness is not noise. It is the quiet abundance of a life that finally supports you. This love will not require you to abandon yourself to be chosen. The new pattern is peaceful love, the kind that does not audition you for your own place, the kind that makes room for your no, without punishment, and honors your yes without pressuring you into performance. You will not need to shrink your softness or overfunction to keep it. You will not barter away sleep, dignity, or standards to hold its attention. Peaceful love is not passive. It is power moving at a human pace. It calms your body rather than inflaming it. It clarifies your mind rather than scattering it. It lets your nervous system stand down from war because home has arrived. Within this bundle, I have braided what your future requires: emotional recovery, home stability, and practical uplift. Emotional recovery means your wounds are met with skill and tenderness. Their presence does not scare the connection. It coordinates healing around them. Home stability means the roof stops leaking, routines that hold, rhythms that rest you, finances that stop bleeding from hidden punctures, meals that are not rushed, apologies to your body but quiet fuel, sleep that is no longer a negotiation. Practical uplift means uplift you can measure, fewer drains, clearer decisions, better timing, shared planning, gentle accountability, and opportunities that make sense because your energy is no longer siphoned by chaos. This is your prosperity loop. Alignment begets clarity. Clarity begets wise choices free capacity. Capacity attracts provision. Provision funds peace. Peace deepens alignment, round and round. A holy circulation replacing the stop-start famine you once called normal. The angels are declaring that as this loop stabilizes, you will notice expenses that used to chase you begin to stall. Distractions that used to own your calendar lose their magnet, and a steady stream of yeses that match your values arrive without a fight. You are moving from survival to building, no longer patching holes in the night, but laying beams in the morning, designing rooms you can actually live in. You ask, how will I know it's the bundle and not another beautiful detour? By the calm that replaces the chaos, by the way conversations close loops instead of opening traps, by the way plans arrive with breathable margins, by the way your body tells the truth, inhalations that lengthen without effort, thoughts that land rather than ricochet, Sundays that do not dread Monday. It will feel like continuity, not a crash of cymbals, like the lights in your house coming on room by room, not a blinding flare that leaves you in the dark again. I am not merely giving you a person, I am establishing a climate. The universe has actually paused your timeline before to save this window. Now the window is open and the room is ready. This is restoration that holds, love that heals without haste, prosperity that stabilizes without spectacle. Stay with me until the very end. Breathe and agree. I am ready for what stays. My child, listen closely. Participation is the signal. This is not entertainment. This is an exchange. Heaven measures readiness not just by what you feel, but by what you choose to do while you feel it. Stay with me until the very end, because to hesitate here would be like hearing the knock you prayed for and refusing to answer because you're not dressed, while the delivery is already at your door. The universe has actually paused your timeline to let you anchor this. Do not let this moment leak away. Anchor it so it cannot be stolen. Here is how you anchor. First, choose to remain in this frequency. Subscribe and follow so the stream of confirmation stays open. That simple act says, keep the line clear. I intend to keep hearing. Second, stamp the decree. Press like as an outward seal that your spirit has said yes. That seal is not vanity. It is you placing wax over this letter so doubt cannot open it and rewrite it. Third, refuse isolation. Share this with the one friend who will pray, who will protect your peace, who will not mock your hope. Sharing is how you build a canopy over this appointment so the weather cannot change it. Fourth, anchor in the earth. Comment as a written altar. Write the words and let them live where time can see them. Write these declarations now and speak them out loud as you write. I receive my divine appointment. I breathe and I trust the plan. I will not choose a counterfeit. Peace is my password. My discernment is active and gentle. I am ready for what stays. Do not overthink the wording. This is a frequency lock, not an essay. The angels are watching for your signal. Agreement in motion, faith with hands and feet. Scrolling away now would be like hanging up the phone as the universe is answering with coordinates. Do not let hesitation masquerade as humility. Delay is the old fear wearing a polite suit. If you wait to feel more certain before you respond, the mind will start a debate the heart has already resolved. This is the window. Answer it now. Your action is not earning the blessing. It is integrating it. Ritual compliance is how your body learns what your spirit already knows. Touch your heart. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Say it again. I receive my divine appointment. I will not choose a counterfeit. Now we bridge from anchoring to walking. After you place your seal here, follow, stamp, share, declare. Your next 7 days will carry a simple, repeatable posture. Do not add drama, add consistency. Morning and evening, breathe the 4-4-6 and whisper, peace is my password. Note your signs without forcing conclusions. Refuse frantic choices. If it cannot survive one night's sleep, it is not yours. Align your calendar to your peace. One small act of stewardship each day. Something huge is waiting for you, and these small obediences keep you inside the signal. Stay with me until the very end. The posture for the next 7 days is coming, and it will hold you in the open door. My child, for the next 7 days, I am placing a gentle structure in your hands, a way of walking that keeps the thread from slipping. Stay with me until the very end, because to rush past this would be like stepping off the path just as the lights are turning on. Each day is simple. Breathe, ask for clarity, watch for repetition, choose peace, refuse urgency that creates confusion. Morning. Sit with your breath. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 6, and say, peace is my password. Then ask, what is mine to notice today? Do not strain. Receive. Midday. Pause for 60 seconds, scan your body, and choose the calmer option in front of you. Peace is the direction of travel. Evening. Log your markers. What repeated, where peace spoke, what decision honored your healing, and release any forcing before sleep. Hold 3 boundaries this week like a quiet crown. First, do not chase. If it pulls you out of peace to pursue it, it is not appointed for today. Second, do not romanticize inconsistency. If care arrives in waves that drown you and then retreats, do not name the tide destiny. Love that is yours does not require auditions. Third, do not re-enter old cycles for comfort. Nostalgia for chaos is not tenderness. It is a trap with familiar wallpaper. If the old pattern knocks, let your boundaries answer the door. Open yourself with 3 practices. First, accept simple invitations that keep your peace. Coffee with a trusted friend, a walk where your breath can stretch, a gathering that does not demand a mask. Second, speak kindly to strangers. The angels often place introductions inside ordinary exchanges, and your softness is a key that unlocks them. Third, take the nudge seriously when it brings peace. Send the message, visit the bookstore, stand under the sky at the hour you feel drawn. If the nudge tightens you, wait. If it widens you, walk. Confirmation will speak in multiple dialects this week. It may be a message that arrives without you having to beg for it, an introduction through a friend whose timing surprises you, a chance encounter where a name or symbol repeats from your log, an internal release of anxiety that feels like a knot dissolving, a practical door opening, schedule aligned, resource provided, travel cleared. Remember the triad: repetition, peace, relevance. If a sign appears once, smile and note it. If it appears twice, pay attention. If it appears thrice within 72 hours and your body softens, let it guide you 1 step, not 10. Stay out of frenzy. Scrolling away now would be like hanging up right as coordinates are read aloud. You are not manufacturing destiny, you are matching it. The appointment is scheduled, my child. Your role is alignment, peaceful expectancy, not frantic forcing. Walk these 7 days like you already belong in what is coming, because you do. Breathe and choose the calmer road. Keep your log, require congruence. Something huge is waiting for you, and your gentle, consistent readiness keeps you inside the signal until the door opens and stays. My child, come back to your breath with me and feel how the air moves differently now. What began with anxious scrolling, tight shoulders, and a mind sprinting for answers is ending in steadiness, in a body that is listening, in a heart that knows it is not alone. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. This is the closing of the loop, the final seal of peace settling over what we have established together. Stay with me until the very end, because this is where the blessing is stamped, where the timeline that paused so you could hear me resumes with you, aligned and calm. You asked for a name, but I give you something truer than syllables. I give you the signature. You will recognize what is meant for you by the calm clarity that rises instead of the chaos that spikes, by the repeated signs that arrive without strain, by the consistent effort that does not have to audition for your trust, by the divine ease that opens doors without forcing you to bruise your knuckles. This is the pattern I want you to look for: calm that deepens, rhythm that returns, practical alignment that holds, a soft certainty that does not shout. Within the next windows, 24, 48, 72 hours, expect peace to visit you in confirmations you do not manufacture, and let those become your compass rather than your old urgency. Hear this last warning delivered in love. Do not scroll back into the noise and call it normal. Do not hand your nervous system back to the very frenzy I just lifted it from. Protect what you felt here like a lit candle cupped from the wind. Guard your peace, honor your breath, refuse the counterfeit that begs you to sprint when your spirit is inviting you to walk. Scrolling away into old static now would be like closing your eyes as the sun finally rises, like setting down a treasure map because a billboard is louder. You know the difference. Peace is your password. You are chosen, my precious soul. Sensitive is not a flaw. It is how I designed your instrument to hear me, You are guided, not forgotten. This moment was an appointment, not an accident. The angels are already arranging your steps. The coordinates are locked. The timing is kind. The choreography is underway. The universe has actually paused your timeline before to save this window. Now it is moving again with you inside the signal. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will not require you to abandon yourself to receive it. So we finish as we began, with breath and agreement. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 6. Whisper this with me as a final seal. I accept divine timing, and I will recognize what is meant for me. Say it again so your body remembers. Now walk forward gently. Keep your log. Keep your pace. Keep your peace. You do not leave this message with fear. You leave with peace because your divine appointment is already in motion.